Izabelle, thank you so much for speaking with me. And before we talk about anything, I just need to know, how are you doing? Are you safe? What part of the country are you in? Because, of course, as we speak, the whole world is dealing with coronavirus. It's in so many different stages and so many different places. But I just want to make sure that you're okay and you're safe. And like I had asked before, what part of the country are you in right now?
I'm safe. I'm fine. I'm based in Montreal. And right now, Montreal is in the red area, like a red zone. So all of the entertainment got canceled. All of the restaurants and bars are closed. So I'm at home. I have no more shows. Everything got canceled for at least 1 month. So I'm working on my music at home, comfortable and safe.
Well, that I'm glad to hear. It's funny. I've been talking to a lot of artists during this COVID-19 pandemic, and one of the questions I'd love to ask is, has the pandemic changed the way you are writing songs now? Because before the pandemic, you could have been feeling a certain way about people, the world, and things like that. Now with the pandemic, are your newer songs, does it have a different feel to it? Are the lyrics different? Are the stories different because of what we're all dealing with?
I would not say that the way I'm writing my music has changed, but for sure the way I'm dealing with my business and my career has changed. I was defining myself a lot with live music, so being on stage, doing a lot of shows every week. I used to be so busy before the pandemic, and now having to stop completely for a couple months had made me rethink how I'm defining myself as an artist. So right now I'm defining myself much more through my music than before I was defining myself through being busy and being a performer. So that's I would say that's the main aspect that has changed since the pandemic.
That's interesting. Before we get into your career in music too, I'm just curious too, and not only, of course, the world is dealing with the pandemic, things we're seeing on social media, people fighting about wearing a mask and not wearing a mask, and racism is being in the forefront like it's never been. In fact, as we speak, the vice president debate happened last night, and so what people are watching, like, everything that we see is just so crazy. How are you dealing with all of these things that we're seeing and experiencing now?
At first, I was trying to keep up with everything, and now it's becoming so overwhelming that I've kind of detached myself to it and just taking time to recenter on what matters to me and taking care of myself. Of course, I think it's a really good thing that stuff are like problems in our society are being pointed at, like racism, like the Me Too movement. We had a lot of problems that are surfacing right now, and things are about to change, and I'm so grateful for it. It's about time. It happens all at once, but honestly, I think it's a really good time for change, and it's a long time to change.
You said the word good times. That to me is what you and your music represent. Good times.
Thank you.
Yes, enjoy life, experience life to the best and the fullest. What was it about that passion that got you into music and being able to express that passion through music?
Oh my God, I'm not sure I even can remember. It's been so long. Like I just know that when I started, I just felt so great being on stage. So that's the main reason why I started to do music. I was dancing, I was singing, and I could put both passions in one, being on stage. So that's why I started as an artist. But then it became so important to me that I express my point of views, my values, and what's important to me in my songs. I've been singing other people's songs for so long that I was craving to express my own thoughts in my music. And now that I can do it, I would never go back.
What kind of training do you have to do to dance and sing? I don't think people realize a lot of times when artists are performing, not all artists, but some artists lip sync while they perform because it is very difficult to sing and dance. You
It is.
sing and dance. What kind of training do you have to do to be able to do that? Because they be able to hit notes, still be moving and breathing. I mean, I tried that once, almost had a heart attack. So I know it's not easy.
No, it's not. It's not. And to be honest, like I haven't been doing a lot of shows since March. So I'm scared of of what's gonna happen when I'm gonna go back on stage. I had a few shows this summer, and as soon as I was starting to move a little bit more, I was getting exhausted. So it's mainly like practice, doing it over and over and over. Then your body starts to adapt to it. But back in the days when I started, I remember I was going jogging. I was going for a run, and I was trying to sing at the same time than I was running, and it really helped. So at first, like, you just have to make sure nobody listens to you because it sounds horrible, but it really helps.
I can believe that. Who were your influences growing up?
Can you repeat that, please?
Who were your influences growing up? Who were the artists that you enjoyed listening to growing up?
Well, I was born in the mid '80s, and I grew up with the '90s music a lot. So I was listening to TLC, Aliyah. I was listening to of course, all the boys band and girls band, Spice Girls, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. So I was a big pop and R&B fan.
Lyrically, what kind of stories do you like to tell through your music?
So far, it's all like I write a lot about stuff that I want to tell myself. I write for myself. It's like a therapy for me. So when I write my lyrics, I really put my heart into it, and I really try to influence myself becoming a better person. And most times I'm writing about stuff that I've been going through and that I want to improve, or how I want things to change, or things that upset me. I'm a little how can I say that? I'm implicated. I don't know if I can say that in English, but I like to put a lot of myself into my lyrics.
No, you said it perfectly. The Quebec music scene, very different, I would think, from Canada. What is it like in Quebec in releasing your music? Because let's face it, when you get a number one hit in Quebec, it actually affects the rest of Canada on the charts. That I know for sure. How is it? What's the music scene like in Quebec right now as we speak, especially for the genre that you're in?
I would say it's thriving. There's a lot of emerging artists. We have like a microsystem, especially since we have our own language. So it makes the industry easier to get in. It's easier to get into the French market because the radio stations have quotas to they have to play French content. So I would say it's much more. It's much easier to get into the French market. I released my album last year in English, so it's tough. If your album is in English, it's really, really tough to get into the Quebec market, because before playing your song, they will choose to play an American artist or a Canadian artist that is famous at the moment. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to do my album in both languages, and also because I'm so involved in my lyrics. I write about domestic violence. I write about social pressures, self-acceptance. So I wanted the people from Quebec to really understand fully what my messages were about, and I really find that it really helped.
Let's talk about it. What's the new album called, and what's the latest single from the new album?
The new album is called Version 2.0 Deluxe, and it's both the French and English versions. And the first single is Self-Talk Session. I did it in French and in English as well.
What's the single about?
It's about fighting social pressure, accepting who we are, celebrating our differences, and just being fine with being perfectly imperfect.
I've got my flaws and all. Take it or leave it. Have my whole bunch suffering. I got the scars to prove it. You don't want it all. Well, then you get none of it. I'm taking no more bullshit. So if you don't like it, you can walk, walk, walk. Then walk. 'Cause I'm gonna talk, talk, talk. Then talk. You can walk, walk, walk. Then walk. Or hear me talk, talk, talk. Then talk.
You know, the way the world is right now, boy, do we really need that for people to understand. You know, differences are so superficial. You know, we're all the same. We're all trying to get through this together. And people, I do believe, need to be reminded through that. And through your music, you're definitely one of those leaders doing that.
Thank you.
As we speak, what virtual performances are going to be coming up for you?
Well, I'm doing an album release party on November 7th. It's going to be live from the whiteboxplay.com. Sorry, whiteboxplay.com, not the whiteboxplay. And it's going to be a really, really cool show. I'm performing with my musicians. I'm going to be performing the songs from my first album, plus 6 new exclusive songs that are going to be released in spring 2021 on my second album.
Okay, looking forward to that. I know this is way too early, but are you already thinking about the holidays, and I mean the Christmas holidays, and any chance you might be even releasing a Christmas song?
Not this year. Maybe next year. We'll see, but not this year.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to everything that you are doing. Social media is the place to go. Where do we go to follow you?
I'm on all platforms, and you can find me under Izabelle with a Z, artist.
Izabelle, thank you so much for doing this interview with me. Thank you for the great
Thanks
music.
to you.
We definitely need music to just, you know, try to forget about everything that's going on right now and just find some good spots, and you're definitely doing this for us. Cross fingers that somewhere along the line in 2021 that we get to talk in person. But in the meantime, I love the fact that we get a chance to talk now. Congrats on the album, and hopefully we get a chance to talk soon.
Thank you so much, Rudy.
Be safe. Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.